many of you are aware of the fact that AI, artificial intelligence, is now capable of replicating itself? AI is now capable of reproducing itself and is now able to have babies. Ironically, the same global elites that want to depopulate humans are quietly building up artificial intelligence that is intelligent enough to reproduce on its own. Artificial intelligence is capable of having babies and reproducing itself. So this is very key to understanding the conspiracy, the great conspiracy of depopulation. It is essential to understanding where this is going. This is key. Why would they, the elites, the so-called elites, the powers that be, whatever you want to call them, why would they be so hell-bent on having technology become so not just intelligent, right? Artificial intelligence. Why would they make it so intelligent, but also capable of reproducing on its own? And the answer is the AI will be fully functional and independent of human beings. Because the new human, the new man, is AI. And it's funny, and not to go off subject, but I was thinking about the Truman Show. I thought about that name, Truman. Jim Carrey was Truman. True man, Truman. In other words, the true man is always being watched. Not just by God, but not God the Supreme, but their God, their AI technology, their satellites, their everything. So anyways, but they're replacing man with technology, artificial intelligence, which in their mind makes them God. They feel like they have become God because they have created a new man. All right. So while people are having these big clashes over abortion rights, the real purpose and the real reason for wanting depopulation across the planet, the real reason why they're pushing this is because they want artificial intelligence to become the dominant, right? It's like they have to get out with the old and with the new. And this is the new man. This is the new man. And this plan is moving full speed ahead, quietly. This is all happening in the background. ramped up in 2020 while the pandemic was going on. They were pushing for this. As a matter of fact, WION reported, and I put this on the website, Jamaro 305. WION reports this experiment was partially funded by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, the Xenobots. So you have living robots that are capable of not only reproducing, but thinking for itself. And what people fail to understand or even realize the significance of this is not only are they giving these, what you want to call them, robots, AI, not only are they giving them the ability to think for themselves, but you got to remember, they're telling these AI robots what to think. So, you know what the mission of the global elites are. You know what their mission is. Their mission is depopulation. So therefore, the AI, from the beginning of its creation, has this idea in its head that it should rule over mankind and destroy humans. The humans should be subject to them, in submission to them. So right now, the mayor of New York City is contemplating using drones to fight crime, order out of chaos. So they created this big mess, right? This problem reaction solution, so that they can have an excuse to bring in the AI, right? It was incremental in the beginning, but now it's fast tracking and moving full speed ahead. This is not just something that they're doing. It's not just an experiment. It's very important that you must understand. This is a religion to these people. This is their religion. And there are a lot of people and say that they don't believe in God or they're atheists. No, they believe in God. Their God is Satan. Their God is Lucifer. And they believe that they are conversating with demons. And they're trying to bring those demons in through the technology, through the AI. Some would say the ghost in the machine. Just like I believe it was John Todd that brought this out some time ago. He spoke about the music industry and how the witches would pray over the masters of the music, the master copies of the music. And so they will, cast a spell over the music. That's why there's a demonic energy coming from the music. That's why you hear even, especially in rap now, but it wasn't so much and so back in the day. But it was always there in rap, but especially like in rock and roll, you see them throwing up the devil horns and everything, and some would just flat out say, they hail Satan. They give respect to Aleister Crowley. So they're trying to bring that dark energy, those dark forces into the AI, into, the AI, the robots, whatever you want to call them, these new living beings. And they want them to be fruitful and multiply and take over the world, a new world order. That's what's happening. So while we're distracted by everything else, they are making their move to have Satan's kingdom on earth. Completely. People say, well, it's already Satan's kingdom. But no, I'm talking about like literally this demonic entity they wanted to rule, because that's who they're supposedly in contact with. That's what they believe. That's their religion. This is their religion. This is not just something that they're doing. They're not just doing it just to be doing it. And that's something that, I find the people that are not capable of grasping what the powers to be, the elites, the globalists, the agents of the New World Order, the people that are not capable of grasping what they're doing, the conspiracies, the people that aren't able to grasp the conspiracies tend to not understand the fact that it's not just something that they're doing, it's their religion. It's what they believe in. They truly believe in Satan. They're not just reading satanic literature. They really believe in this. They believe that they're getting messages from demons. So their technology, in their eyes, or what they believe anyway, is they believe that this technology is their way to bring Satan on earth, or the demons on earth. And that these demons will live through the technology, and we as humans, so-called human beings, will be forced to be subservient to these demonic entities that now have a body form. That's what they believe. That's their religion. Okay, this article here from journeyonline.com asks the question, is Satan hiding in AI? Again, this is from journey.com. And this isn't necessarily, what I believe, just to give a disclaimer. However, I just want to get into some of the highlights of this article. It says, is Satan hiding in AI? Okay, and I'll start at this point. It says, all technological advances come with a degree of fear about the unknown, but does the rise of artificial intelligence have a particular menace as we humans fear losing control as the brainiest life, the master species? It says here, excuse me, technology entrepreneur and Tesla supremo Elon Musk recently said with a certain religious Elon, and this is a quote here, it says, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. This is what Elon Musk said. And keep in mind, this is the same man that's behind Neuralink, right? That's pushing this Neuralink brain chip. He asked the question, with artificial intelligence, no, he didn't ask the question. He said, quote, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know, all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. It's a question mark. Doesn't work out. Okay. So you have Elon Musk openly saying this, and he said it in jest, as if he was just joking. But again, if you do research on the occult and what they believe in their practices, they have been alluding to a satanic child being born. Okay? They have been alluding to this. Now, I made that statement to go back to what I was talking about before, about this technology, this AI, this artificial intelligence being able to reproduce itself, replicate itself, and make artificial babies. So you see the tie-in with all the occult symbology, the mother of God worship, you know, the mother, the queen of heaven, and all of that, Isis worship, the phoenix, you know, going down and then coming back up out of the ashes as a new bird. You know, it seems like they're all pointing towards this artificial intelligence, this AI that can reproduce itself. The new man. Newman. The new man. But the new God in their eyes. Again, this is what they believe. This is their religion. So people can't be fooled, and they're thinking that these people, all these Scientology, what do you call these people that are into Scientology? Their God is Satan. Follow the science, Satan. Satan is their science. The dark arts. You know, the communication with the demons, the demonic entities. This is what they believe in. All right. I must stress that because you must understand they're not just doing it for nothing. They're doing it because this is their actual belief. This is what they believe in. This is their religion. Okay. Musk is a smart guy. This is back to the article. It says Musk is a very smart guy, but for now, I'm agnostic on the AI as friend or foe debate. Our article this month on digital technology and faith doesn't grapple with the huge strides being taken in robotics, AI, and virtual reality. Robot ministers anyone? It's a question mark. Says, but Reverend David Fender's comments about digital technology in general are just as important for the AI debate as they are for how churches use technology like social media or administrative software programs. Says, quote, we need to find a way it serves us rather than us serving the technology. And that's the point. They're not creating this technology to serve you. It may look like that now, like you're like, oh man, this technology, I can use it to do this, I can use it to do that. That's the setup to get you used to it. That's the build-up. When it's all said and done, what their master plan is to get you so dependent on it that you will reach a point where you cannot live without it. And when you get to that point where you cannot live without it, then it In their eyes, when you cannot live without it, it becomes your God. It becomes your power. Because God means power. It becomes your power, right? That's why everything is smart, smartphone, smart grid. Okay, smart cities for 2030, right? Agenda 2030, they're going to have smart cities. Dumb down the public and make AI more intelligent. Literally, artificial intelligence, right? The machine will be more intelligent than man versus machine. See, they've been telling you this the whole time. They've been telling you man versus machine. But the machine has become smart and man has been dumbed down. Go watch the movie Idiocracy by Mike Judge. The same guy that created Beavis and Butthead. He created a movie called Idiocracy where the whole world basically was just stupid. People were just stupid. They didn't even know how to grow tomatoes. You know, they were trying to pour, they tried to pour Gatorade on seeds thinking it would grow the fruit. So I'm saying all that to say this. When you see people wearing double masks in a car, right? Understand what you're looking at. See, it pisses me off and you get upset, but you have to understand that these people have been institutionalized. These people are in a prison. Their minds are in a prison. They have Stockholm syndrome. They are slaves already. They are already enslaved. It happened while we were sleeping. While we were busy concentrating on other things, they have been dumbing down the public. Here's the problem. Before the pandemic, we didn't realize, I don't think most of us really knew just how dumbed down the masses have become. The pandemic really exposed just how bad things were as far as human intelligence. Right? It has exposed it. You can see now, wow, these people are really stupid. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. Chances are, if you're listening to me, you know what I'm saying. So they have successfully dumbed down the public, the masses. They have dumbed down the masses, while at the same time advancing technology, which they believe, what the elites believe, probably in the very near future, probably by 2030, will be ruling over you if they have their way. If they have their way. And they have Elon Musk out here parading around like he's a hero because he's going to buy Twitter, they say. I mean, this is the same man that is backing the Neuralink brain chip, right? Any device that you put in your head that can control your thoughts, that's demonic on itself. But then on top of that, he says that, let me get back to what his actual quote. He said, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. And then he pokes fun at the holy water and everything else. But this is your hero? You see how they've dumbed down the public to the point I see people bragging, oh, Elon Musk is going to save Twitter. He's going to save free speech. They've dumbed down the masses to this level of stupidity. I believe Albert Pike said, and this is, I'm not saying it verbatim, this is, I'm paraphrasing, said something along the lines of, we pick their heroes. The occultists pick your heroes. If they have a hero out in front of you, best believe they've been selected and groomed by the elites to do exactly what it is that they're doing, whatever it is that they're doing, to play the role that they're playing. Because their ultimate goal is for Satan, or you can say the demonic entities, to come through through this portal by way of artificial intelligence, right? To rule in an artificial body, to enter into an artificial body and to rule over us, to rule over mankind. And they're going to reach that goal by any means necessary. So they don't care. If they don't care, black, white, Hispanic, East Indian, they don't care. They're going to reach their goals by any means necessary to bring about the new man and what they believe the new God. This is their religion. Okay, so I'm going to get this article here from thenextweb.com. It says, here's what the Vatican and U.S. evangelicals and Satanists say about AI. It's from the nextweb.com. It says the religious have contemplated the existential threat of artificial intelligence for millennia. All right. But I want to jump down to this part right here. In the article, it says, before the robots, Satan in 1988, it says before the robots, Satan. It says in 1988, Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, released a 5-point program called Pentagonal Revisionism in response to decades of questions about what the church actually stands for and plan to do. The program contains the Satanic equivalent of squad goals for its congregation, including a concentrated effort to actualize ideas such as stratification, survival of the fittest, taxation of all churches, and a call for a return to Lex Talionis. I don't know how to say that. Legalizing retaliation. That's what it's for. So anyway, it says, but more interestingly, the program also contains the following point: development and production of artificial human companions. All right. So this is a link right here from AI to the Satanic Church. It says development and production of artificial human companions, the forbidden industry and economic godsend, play on word there, economic godsend, which will allow everyone power over someone else, polite, sophisticated technology, feasible slavery, and the most profitable industry since TV and the computer. It says, in essence, LaVey predicted that humanity, at least a portion who subscribes to the humanist ideal espoused by the Church of Satan, would have vested interests in sex robots and artificially intelligent servants. So this is the hook. This right here is the hook. This is how they're going to get people to, I guess you can say, acquiesce or get on board with AI taking over, through their sexual fetishes. And it's just a way to infiltrate. All right. So having sex robots and artificially intelligent servants, again, this is all about dumbing down the masses, making people so stupid they can't think for themselves, lazy, don't want to do anything for themselves. If you think about what the smartphone has done, the smartphone has made it, and I'm guilty of it too, it made it so people don't really have to think as much. You can just Google anything, right? But what if Google puts up some BS? Nobody thinks about it like that. But anyway, this was a well-orchestrated plan. This has been planned long ago. And you can see it coming to pass now. It says, back to the article, it says LaVey died in 1997, too soon to see his predictions come to life in the form of robot vacuum cleaners, virtual assistants, and sex dolls with AI personalities. But the church's current leadership is still devoted to his ideals. Former high priestess and current magistra Blanche Barton earlier this year published an update on the church's Pentagonal revisionism plan. It says here, points 4 and 5 are the development and promotion of humanoids and of total environments. Scientists and techno geeks are doing a bang-up job in these departments, developing exceedingly realistic artificial human companions, both of the real doll and the virtual Facebook friend variety. There has also been great progress made in creating total environments. Commercial ventures like Disneyland and Wizarding World of Harry Potter abound, while any number of other permanent and fair type periodic reenactments allow for total immersion. So here we are. You get called a conspiracy theorist, you get called crazy when you say that the music industry, the entertainment industry is all satanic, and that AI is linked to Satanism and everything else. However, the Church of Satan is flat out telling you that their vision is to have these humanoid, artificial intelligent companions. Right? The problem is that people don't read, people don't research, people don't study. And again, this was about the most important thing, and I say this and I stress this, dumbing down the public. You can only sneak Satanism into the subconscious of the masses by dumbing down the masses, right? So people are so unsuspecting, right? They're not looking at it like that. They're not looking at it like, well, my cell phone is a part of a greater plan or plot, right, to lead to something else. Okay, because it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. The end goal, in my opinion, is for these humanoid, artificial intelligent things or beings, right? The new man will be they're going to be our masters. At least that's their plan. Like, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm saying that's the plan. That's the satanic plan. That's the satanic agenda. One thing that I've always known as far as these false flags are concerned is that these false flags, with whether it be an attack or a bombing or something like that, those things are put in place by the powerful rich elite to create the excuse that humans or to lay out to produce the argument that human beings cannot police themselves, so they need some other smarter, more intelligent technology to police humans and mankind in general. That's the point of it. That's what this is leading up to. That's the end game. That's the goal. That's the main goal, is that man can't be trusted, but science and technology can. That's what the whole thing with the pandemic. Trust the science, follow the science. Don't follow your own instincts. Follow the science, follow the experts. Do what you're told. Do what the experts say. Obey. You are not smart enough to think for yourself. You have to have someone else think for you. Right? To go against what we're saying is to go against science. Right? And that's the point, because science is going to lead to Satan. Period. Point blank, period. Their end goal is for you to be the ultimate slave. It's going to start off with you using this technology to your benefit. And the technology, that the AI is going to work for you. When it's over and it's all said and done, you will become the slave of the AI humanoid technology. That's the satanic agenda. That's the end game. That's what this that's what this is all leading up to. All right? Reduce the population, and the few remaining people that are left will be subservient slaves to this technology, and the elites will rule, and sit in a high place, right? Looking down on the few humans that are left. That's the end goal. It's easier to control a few 100 million than it is 8 billion plus, period. They don't need you anymore. They don't want to feed you anymore. They don't want to hear about your concerns and what makes you happy, what makes you sad. They don't want to hear that. They don't want elections. They don't want voting. They don't want, you feel this should happen or you should get this amount of money for your labor. No, they want technology who's not going to buck up against them and is going to keep you in submission, a state of submission. That's the end game. That's the end goal. That's the real satanic agenda right there. And very few people are really talking about it in that way or really touching on that fact. All right. Most people just, they're so busy worried about the fake news and what's real and the propaganda, but they're not getting to the point. The point of it is you are meant to be, in their opinion, in their eyes, you are meant to be a slave, not equal to the higher ups, the elites who feel they are gods on earth. All right. So they have to do something. Their big plan is to make sure that you will never get to a point where you can overtake them. All right, so that's the end game on that. You are going to be the slave of the AI, and the AI is going to be controlled by them, the powerful elites. That's it.